Killed one of our Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. Starfelt was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th gym, and we really grew to lead on. We lost quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, enter the Indigo Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible, we ended up with this. Ampharos Empoleon, Bibarel Nidoqueen, Beautifly Cradily, Dodrio Entei, and Victreebel Mewtwo. I know. Wow, Jacob. Balance. You've got Mewtwo and Entei, and Jacob has a Beautifly. This is the best we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big deep breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Coda, and Bruno were all no problem at all. We breezed right past them. Everything was going great.
Oh my god. It's fine.
On the other hand, Karen is not as nice.
No, I mean, what if he does a charge move?
Oh.
Okay, he just did cross talk. He's dead. It's fine. I would face the fly. I'm just paranoid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you. We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless. Whether we win or lose here, this is our last battle. He leads with Fion and Ledian, which we were both like, ha, Lance, is this all you got? And then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z, Rampardos, Licky, Zapdos, and Hustle. And even though it's a pretty stacked team, he was in his zone and getting through them really well. On my end, I was dealing with a giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crits and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next? Palkia. Oh, I could really use Salamence right about now. This is what we get. We played Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either, except for Mewtwo. And what happens? He gets Spatial Rage with one shot for one. I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battle, so all he could do was watch this massacre from the sidelines. I sent out Dilly to confuse him and just try to chip away at him with basically nothing. And my god was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dilly and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dilly wins the finishing blow. I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on and deemed as death fodder was the one saving us. We're so sorry for dying for Dilly. Thank you for sticking by us and not dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind you. Plaxa got a Sand Slash with some, but Bastiodon came out, tanked Plaxsurf, and killed him with Metal Burst. I was in shock with that one. That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started seeing the Flaps as our star members. Beryl came out and revenge finished the basketball. His last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky frickin' Azumarill. I sent Dilly-Doo back out because Beryl would die immediately and started the chipping game again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the rain and an Aqua Ring for itself, which turned this fight from, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes. I slap him, he slaps back, much harder, and then heals, and I heal. But eventually, Dilly-Doo wins the stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down. In an unpredictable turn of events, Dilly-Doo saved us from utter defeat. What an adventure we just went on. Insane encounters, insane bullcrap, friends, death, bullying, and the Dilly-Doos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob. I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way. Except you.
show has that one moment the crowd never forgets. The heckler started it, and the comedian finished it. Here are the moments when the comedian choose violence.
What did you guys do before this? Yeah, you've been talking the whole joke. That's why I stopped. Oh, no, I just, hold on, because of my yeah, because like, look at you acting in public. But look how upset you are going to 0 to 100 really quick. No, she is. Well, I mean, you're whimpering. Why are you whimpering? I'm going to come already. You guys are in Vegas. You should be having a good time. Why are you so pumped up? Because have you never been in a talk show before? And you're about to just speak out humbly out loud? Yeah, because we're doing it. This is what we're doing. So we're trying to make it funny, but you guys are very hostile. I would say something because I'm trying to feel you out right now. I'm so sorry. You don't think I am either? You're very confrontational. Is this how you guys always are? No? Yeah, because I'm more into this. This is fun. I want to find out how mentally ill people make it in society.
When Osi has finished his diagnosis, he stopped trying to read the room the moment he decided it wasn't worth saving. And now a Vegas crowd that came looking for a fight is about to find out what it actually costs.
Where's your IQ? It's pretty fucking low, isn't it? Shit like how I'm doing with it right now. Why are you so angry? Did you guys lose $3 today? What fucking happened? You guys need to fuck each other so you can. This ain't gonna end well for you, trust me. You
Howdy.
seem like you're good. Everybody's here. We're like, yeah, they're good. Comedian, leave them alone. How am I supposed to do my show at this point? You guys have ruined the evening for everyone. What? Yeah, and this is what I do. I fucking put my dick in your mouth and I show you the phone. That's what I do.
Michael Renosi shut down a couple who came looking for a fight, but Frenchie Sunga is about to find out what happens.
I have an injury. I gotta still heal.
Alright, can you just take that cunt out? That's too much, yeah, at some point. He's not gonna stop. Back up, back up.
Frenchie's got the room laughing, the sound guy on standby, and a theme song locked and loaded. But the chaos hasn't hit the target yet, and the whole front section is about to become a crime scene.
Sorry, what's going on? You guys alright? Oh, wasn't them? Was it them or not? Everyone around there saying it was them. He's making a decision. You can look around and say, he's the boss. He's the boss. Go over and talk to him. If you can find who did it, you can swap him out. He's the boss. He's the boss. You won't have to find the state part to figure out what's going on with the structure. I didn't see it. I thought it was way back there.
But sod are, Alessa is walking into a crowd that said yes to dark, and one man in a cat hat who already changed his mind.
I asked you guys questions for dark. You said yes, and now you're not all. It's okay. What? Not funny? Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. What's your name? Captain America. What the fuck is going on here? How am I going to what do you do for a living? Are you a detective or? You teach them how to make money while they're asleep? You're either a hypnotist or a rapist. I don't know what you're. You're a Jew? I've heard of you, yeah. What is you doing? Because I asked what you do for a living, you said I'm a Jew. When you're a public show, you stay silent unless you're asked to speak. Let me tell you something. The same way, hold on, shut up. One second, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I will tell you, shut up. I want these things to be I don't want you to leave, trust me. I want you to sit down. I don't give a fuck, bro. Sit the fuck down or leave. You have two options. Choose. Bro, fuck you.
Sod's giving the ultimatum, but a Catholic church joke is still loaded in the chamber, and somehow the Jewish guy in the crowd is the one about to pull the trigger.
I don't care. I'm insulting you again. I don't give a fuck. No one can help you with this. Shut the fuck up and sit down or leave. You decide.
Okay, get the camera out here.
It's fucking hot. It's sweating. No. The Catholic Church, we're just gonna move on. Why is he so offended if he's Jewish? What the fuck are you the Catholic Church? I felt like I was gonna get deported any minute. I was like, you fucking run this place. I'm gonna take you to the Afghanistan thing. I don't wanna get shot. Any Afghanis that might get offended? Any Christians that might stand up for Afghanistan?
Sod survived a heckler who wouldn't sit down and even got promoted at his own show. But Gianmarco Cerezzi's about to meet one who's too cute to kick out, and that's somehow a much bigger problem.
Enjoy together? How long? 2 years? Okay, that's lovely. How did you meet Tom today? He's a partner for you. Yeah, I wish this was a private event. I thought they expected us the whole show. You're tutoring me. You're what? Oh, you're cuter than me. Yeah, that's why I'm doing comedy, because I'm not relying on my looks today. If I was cuter, I'd fucking not even be here right now. Okay, that means nothing. You just said it.
Gianmarco's losing the room one Jeanette at a time, and the secret button on the stool is about to solve the whole problem.
It's fun. You're having a nice time. Shit, you told me the whole time. How could I roll the tree out of you? You think I know what's the secret button on this wall? Okay, there. We gotta put it right over here. That's it. Go underneath me. No, it's all good. Thank you. I'll find you.
Gianmarco solved his problem with a secret button, but Grant Lyons' heckler just kneed him in the balls.
What is that? No. You just wrote no on a piece of paper. Don't you guys are the most delightful crowd ever. The comics laughed at that. If they know how much I want to kick you in the goddamn teeth right now. Yeah. That's not even a joke. I mean, I'm not going to because you fucking fight for a living. I mean, let's be honest. You stay fight for a living. Alright? I don't give a shit. Alright? You're bringing these people on there. Are you actually going to come up on stage? What are you going to do about it? I'm not backing it up, bro.
down was never on the table, and the wrestler hasn't figured out yet that there's a camera in the back.
You're a heel? Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know you know. How do you think I know what a heel is? Yeah, I saw that. I'm saying when it happened. Yeah. I can't believe you did that. At least send me like a sleeper hold or something, bro. It's not out the fucking real life. No, we're not in your fake wrestling league right now. I'm letting everybody here give me the fucking a little bit of credit. I did not back down 1 inch there. I don't give a fuck, alright? I got a camera set up in the back. I got all this shit on tape. That's not even a joke.
Grant Lyons survived a wrestler, but Greg Winfield's heckler doesn't fight with his hands. He fights with politics.
That's America. What be my choice? What do I need to do in order to save the audience from I'll just drinking. I think it's fine. Yeah, in a nice way. In a nice way. I'll push him into telling them to shut the fuck up. And when they do that, I'm sorry, next week you'll be back. I think it's best before we have a headline act if we part company.
Greg gave him 2 options. The heckler just invented a third, and now Greg's a presidential candidate, one bad day from choosing violence on live stage.
Election, you're wrong. I'm Kamala Harris and you are Trump. I win there.
I'm training the fuck. I'm training the knockout fuck.
It's not camera stuff tomorrow and you'll be the headline. It was yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Greg Winfield walked off stage mid-meltdown, but Sam Tripoli's closing out the night with a heckler who thinks being gay makes him untouchable. Wait till you see how wrong that is.
What's that? What's that? What are you talking about? Who? No, I love drag. I just literally said I love drag queens. But I'm just saying I don't need them everywhere all the time. Why is that bad? I'm not looking for that place, sir. 12:15 at the Comedy Store. And you pay to go to. You dumb mother. You didn't enjoy the show. It's okay. Nobody cares. It's over. It's over. Our time here together. No, don't shut up. It's the end of the night. Who gives a f? You're just one of those people that just think that he's special because he makes it. Nobody gives a f.
Sam's already called time of death on this conversation, but the heckler hasn't figured that out yet, and that is exactly where the violence lives.
It doesn't mean you're special if you get f***ing ass. You're just another dude who's coming in here into a house of dreams. Well, I've been here for 20 years. You're gonna go to f***ing work at f***ing Starbucks tonight. Okay? That's the other night. Who am I bringing up? Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sexually.com. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. Hey, I'll take it as a standing up. Thank you. Thank you.
Sam destroyed his heckler and walked off clean, but Greg is about to meet a fan who loves him so much, he's ready to throw hands over it.
I think there's an option on those debit machines, you can actually turn that noise off, but. In most comedy clubs, they. Oh, what? Why are you upset? Was your fucking bank fucking decline you again, you piece of shit? Yeah, twice? Yeah, that means you're poor. Yeah, you paid for me, yeah. You bought the ticket. So now what? You're upset? Yeah, alright, well she's hammered, but I don't need a tip, but maybe tip the staff, because they obviously had to put up with you retard all night. my fucking show. What do you mean came at you? You're sitting in the front row making a ruckus. There's 300 people here. I gotta entertain them. Why are you getting all aggressive and crazy like the last time you got arrested? Jesus, fucking am I allowed to continue? You're confused? No, you're definitely more confused than me. You're acting insanely, but yeah.
I think we all agree on that.
So you want to end the show on that? You saying that? Is that what? Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to kick you out. So everybody else can enjoy the last 10 minutes of the show.
Ben's got 300 people on his side and one guy on the edge, but the birthday reveal is coming, and it's about to make the violence feel completely unreasonable and totally inevitable.
That's fine. Can you leave? Well, I mean, does anybody else? Probably everybody, but. Oh. Christ. Just be like a human being. I'm not offended. You're doing a show out of nowhere. It's kind of crazy, but you'll be alright. It's okay. We'll have fun soon. Oh, shit. Can I get another vodka soda? It's all right. This is, oh no. It's his birthday. Jesus Christ. Why do I have to be the bad guy? Alright. Wow, that guy really wanted to just fight me. It is funny because like, people will be like, what's it like having kids? It's like, you fucking rock, I'll fucking kill you. Jesus Christ.
David got threatened by his wicked man on his birthday, but Adam Ray's about to get rushed by a drunk woman who just wanted to wipe the sweat off his face.
She Will Smith me, I will punch her. Mila, you okay, yeah? Let's keep it on for Shake. He fucking runs a tight ship. Let me just tell you though, because of the recent events with people coming on stage, comedy in general is a little more sensitive to the people coming on stage. Do you know that? Because you're a fucking 5'2" Jew from Missouri, right? So clearly that's what's going to transpire. But if he was a 6'9" black dude from fucking Alabama, you might have got.
Hi, welcome to the stream.
Adams handled the stage invasion. He starts replaying it in his head. The poison theory takes over, and the violence he was ready to choose gets a lot more complicated.
Wait, you were holding that? I thought you were going to just go to speed and you were like, I thought you were trying to poison me and you were going to wrap around my face and go, just speak up. That's what I thought was happening. So I was confident that I could, once in a while.
Adam Ray survived a stage invasion half-hearted and confused. But then he just needs 10 seconds with Williams to choose the most surgical violence of the night.
Your girlfriend has selective mutism. How do you spice things up? Well, first things first, my friend. You have to confront the fact you won't go. I've known you for 2 seconds, and the gay girl's in the red. You say your girlfriend has selective mutism? Yeah. I think she doesn't want to say. You're very agreeable. Catch your dick, my friend, you're going to be fine. What a way to find out. What a great coming out story you're going to have. No, I was at the Jimmy Carr show. Yeah, I was talking about my girlfriend. I was dating some... And then, yeah. He knew before I did. Weird. My advice to you is don't neglect the balls. What should I do? William. Okay. Just the fact you went for William. Who are you here with, William? Your mum, yeah.
bringing his wife along was the worst decision of the night because she sells dildos, and that's not a detail Jimmy Carr ever gets past.
Mum just went, yeah. Hi mate, do you think? Yes. She sells dildos. She sells dildos. Okay. You know sometimes when you stop those two, I think I might have found the culprit. William, you need to go and fuck yourself. But then give it a rinse and put it back.
Jimmy Carr left William with nowhere to hide and no dinner to spare, but Doug Stanhope's about to watch someone walk out over Syria and through everything else without blinking.
Saying that,
So he just gone for the takedown that I missed.
a lot of times people just don't know the rules, and she felt strongly about Syria. I envy. Oh wow, wow. Now you're gonna have to make the walk of shame for your jacket.
No, we don't do that.
I love
No,
when people get
we don't.
offended for absolutely nothing. You just sat through rape and abortion and child molesting. This fucking Syria, that's unbelievable. That's what I miss about comedy clubs is the people who just show up not having any idea who you are.
Oh, my baby,
I play wherever, and I play rock and roll clubs and things to do.
Want me to turn on the fan
survived
for
the
you?
whole set, and Syria was her line, but now she has to walk back through the room for the jacket she forgot. And Doug's already claimed her beer and isn't giving it back.
Yeah, you can kind of put a little effort in your Saturday. I'm gonna just throw a dart at the weekly. Hey, honey, when we have a coupon
Oh, yeah.
for drive safe. What's it good? If you sit there, you have to pay the tab. What's that? Oh yeah, drink your fucking beer too. Give me a sip. Give me a sip.
Doug Stanhope let him walk out do the work and drank her beer without apology. But Andrew Schultz just got a heckler who doesn't think he's funny. He's about to diagnose exactly why that's the problem.
What's that?
you're not smart. I don't think you're smart. I don't think you're smart. If you were smart, you would know that's what's funny about the joke. The exact thing that's funny about the joke. And I think your math brain isn't creative enough to understand humor. No, be serious. No, I don't think your brain is made for humor. Like, and you probably really do other things, but your brain, I don't think is made for it. I'll give you a chance for the rest of the show to try to laugh. But if you find yourself not laughing, just know I'm not smart. That's what you're going to do. Your brain doesn't work for it. It's not everybody. You're really good at engineering. No, you're really good at engineering, ruining other people's lives.
Selfish. Andrew's already stripped the diagnosis down to the bone. Her brain just doesn't work for this. But she's still in the room, and now he's about to defend the entire afterlife from her presence.
Not all those things, but humor is not for you. That's fair. And look, there is a place to go if you don't like humor. It's, no, you shouldn't go to hell. Why would you go to hell? That's for crazy. You're not gonna ruin our time in hell too. Yeah, you bitch. You all fucking here, fucking hell, bitch. You out your fucking mind? I gotta deal with you here and in fucking hell. My people are nuts.
Your mom.
We gotta go.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna finish that joke because that guy could finish it. So, what did you do? You got the crowd on his side. When I was at the ground, I realized that you deal with hecklers, you can't get mad. Look at that idiot, right? You gotta be calm and have the crowd on your side. All right, right? Where you at? You got me? Man, I'm not scared. I want you to get out of here. Nobody gives a shit. Get out. Get out.
Andrew just talked himself out of quitting and back into the joke. The heckler's gone. The crowd is his. And now the only thing left is to prove last night was the anomaly, not tonight.
You guys are awesome. We're not gonna let any room this night, okay? You guys are wonderful. I know we're in divisive time right now, but I think we're less excited than the other thing, okay? Because y'all pay for comedy, did you not? Y'all can laugh at a joke. Because of Jim Bottoms are usually the name change, he just got kicked out.
Rudick got threatened mid-joke and finished it anyway. But Sam Morrill just got a free Palestine chance dropped into a Jeffrey Epstein punchline, and Omaha is full of surprises tonight.
Hey, I'm just grateful for Jewish Awareness Month. They didn't have Jeffrey Epstein filthy rich. What was it? Well, thank you for coming tonight, and how you enjoyed the show there? What? That was a weird time to scream that out. What was that? What is this, America's Got Talent? What the hell? Thanks, Heidi. Could I ask why you chose to scream out free Palestine after a Jeffrey Epstein joke? Because, you know, the comic timing is everything. And we'll say this, Omaha is full of surprises. And... What? So you're against apartheid? Where's your stance on fucking on my show? Okay, what are you drinking there? What about it? What are you drinking this? No? You're drinking Justice?
Sam's not angry, he's genuinely curious. And that's the trap he never saw coming, because a comedian asking calm questions in front of a crowd is the most dangerous version of violence there is.
Wow. I can't tell if you're mad at me or not. There's no way to explain relationships. But... Are you upset with me or it's a public statement? At the Omaha Funny Bone? You ain't exactly Colin Kaepernick. Hold on one second. Justice here.
Sam Morrill sipped justice and let the protester defeat herself, but Sammy Obey just picked a fight with a doctor over ballistics, and this was a diagram to finish.
Video of Charlie Kirk talking. I know it's very graphic, and I know it's horrible that we have to even watch a video where another human being is killed, and I was shocked how many times I watched that. I was like, I can't believe I'm seeing this. I hit the slow-mo replay, and when you watch the slow-mo, you do notice that when the bullet makes the impact, the skin go like this. When you watch the slow-mo, it looks a lot more like the bullet is moving. And, you know, I've never been to a shooting up close. I know America, but we don't go to these all the time. And I wouldn't think that it goes in and the skin goes like that. Even kind of punches forward, it does like a neurological thing, which will happen going forward, which is do the spine. Okay. Okay, Mossad, thank you. Not necessarily. So I say if it looks like the bullet is leaving and he punches forward, which is a thing that you usually do when a bullet into the fine. When you say not necessarily, is there a response? Yes. It's perfect. You're oh, it's okay. Come on. Hey, guys. Let's have fun at the holiday party. First of all, had I used the word for sure and necessarily, your comment would have made perfect sense. However, I did not talk. Okay? So why don't you focus on language specifics, okay? Okay? I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk for sure got shot in the back. I'm saying if you watch the slow-mo, it looks like he got shot in the back. If you want to pull out your phone and show me that video and say, not necessarily, we can do that after the show. Okay? But I'll tell you what.
The doctor handed Sammy 2 words and thought that was enough. But now Sammy's got the whole room, a full ballistic reconstruction, and a bullet that somehow swung through Dallas on the way back. And the doc has a great exit.
Unless you're an expert in shootings, which if you're a doctor here, probably not. I'll tell you what. Watch that video again and you tell me necessarily what it looks like, okay? It looks like a bullet's leaving. And so, yes, sure, maybe the problem is that Tyler is over there and the bullet looks like it's going like that. Okay, so are you telling me the bullet maybe went around like this and did it like swing around, go to Dallas, hit JFK, come back around, and or maybe you're saying that the bullet went in this way and then maybe ricocheted off the phone and then went like, is that, yeah, you're saying yeah. So you're saying the bullet went in and then it makes the bone like open and then it leaves. It comes in, makes it a full 180. That would make the bullet a turning point, wouldn't it?
If you enjoyed this video, then click on the video on the screen right now.
Parasite is true. In the last part, we ended with Nietzsche's parents going on a road trip where his mom, unfortunately, met a terrible fate, and Shinichi has no idea. Back at home, Nietzsche has up a couple ramen.
Applebee's channel. Coming up down because today we're going to be talking about Applebee's. Also, do you know something different about it? I have 2 eyebrows again. The unibrow sadly is gone. I was trying to see how thick I could possibly get it, but someone in my house is going to say, who woke me up with prying needles in the hand? Today we're going to be talking about Applebee's. When it's time to hit the road and grab a bite to eat with the family, there's a lot of options to choose from. You can go to a cheap fast food establishment, or maybe a sit-down restaurant for those who want a more elevated experience, a more traditional experience, right? But between those two is a magical third option, a place that claims to offer that high-tier sit-down service while still serving food for budget-conscious customers. This is where Applebee's thrives. At one point, it even became a very well-known restaurant chain. It's the other heavy hitters in the industry. But like any long-standing restaurant in these turbulent times, there are some hurdles and challenges. And today, we're going to talk about the controversies, crimes, and crazy stories that come out from one of the most well-known American restaurant chains to ever exist. And I will say, we are doing this again because we, for people who don't know, we did a ranking of all the sit-down chain restaurants, and Applebee's was dead last. It was dead last, and then there's been a lot of people that have been commenting on that location, Applebee's is better. And I wanted to figure out, is this a thing? Did we just go to a bad restaurant? Or are we going to have to go back again and reassess to see, is it as bad as we actually thought it was? Yes. The amount of shit that's happened at Applebee's, it's fascinating. And we have to type into Applebee's. We need to go back and we also need to explain some of the odd stuff. It's an abnormal amount. I imagine that's everywhere though. But Applebee's for some reason just has a certain amount to it, doesn't it?
You tell how we almost got hit by cars? Yeah, we were on our way here after recording the Applebee's video, and we were like, let's go get Applebee's again to see how it holds up. Here's the light here. This car almost plowed on the side of the net. He's maybe going like, what, 80, or like a 40? Turns out, right, this guy, I'm not even joking, comes here, he got this close to the next car. Boom, comes around here, goes on the front, he just, he does that, yeah. He did that, and we're driving this car, and we're trying to cross it. I look my right, and there's a full apartment complex that just broke down. And I was like, and I was like, what? And then I come out of my car, and I'm like, and then I'm here. And then it's all accumulating. It's all accumulating.
a franchise that has had many ups, my friends, many ups, and probably far too many downs. For a time, it was the family restaurant, one that sold medium-tier food in an environment that made people feel like they were at home. Something supported by their slogans, eating good in the neighborhood. I will say, you know, that eating good in the neighborhood makes it feel like it's a family neighborhood establishment, right? I'm not going over to a small business. It's on levels. It isn't as good, but it's on levels. I mean, arguably the greatest food slogan of all time.
I like buy that chicken from Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes. One of the laziest slogans. Chicken from Popeyes. That's subliminal messaging terrorism is what that is. Because in your head, like, oh, I did say I love it. You know, when you hear it, yeah, I don't know. They even pick their locations based on culture in the area they reside in, whether that's the local landmarks or college sports teams. Some of their food can even be altered to cater to the local cuisine. Which I will say, once again, messaging terrorism. You always have these like, well, look, this place, like, they didn't like this community. It's tricking you. It's all a little bit of trickery. That's why I like going to these restaurants that need to be the 54th Street Grill, just clutter culture. I love that. Boxing gloves up, you have posters and movies. It's amazing. The best game of Ice Spice you've played in your life, right? I don't know. There's something about it. It's just a bit deceptive. Applebee's focused heavily on finding local, loyal customers who didn't even break the bank at a single. They opened in 1980 and saw quick success. By the year 2000, the revenue hit $2 billion with around 1,000 locations. They eventually expanded into locations across the globe. No way that works. This actually can you imagine going to Japan and Applebee's? There's no way. What would they have to offer? Things continued to improve all the way up until around 2015 when they started to realize that they were failing to impress important demographics. One was to suffer the demographics. They failed to impress millennials. Locations started closing down, and they knew that the drop in revenue meant something had to be done to make themselves attractive in their eyes. The new CEO, Steve Joyce, brought a bunch of ideas to the table, including the creation of one of those dangerous conditions in the American public, which is these Dollaritas. My friends, I want to give a quick shout out to our favorite sponsor, Gamer Subs. We have amazing energy drink called Raw Meat. He's actually right now. It is summer in a shaker, one day can, because we're starting to do cans in places, and it's delicious. Raw Meat, my flavor is a beautiful cantaloupe walnut mix that's just it's absolutely beautiful. We drink it all the time. We get too late, Gamer Subs gives you a little pep in your step. But also, if you like big titty anime women, they have little tub shakers that have big, beautiful titty anime women on it. So if you like that, they have shakers. Pick up a big titty anime shaker if you like that. Like that? I do. You head over to Gamer Subs right now, you can get signed up for some free samples. They're all good. There's not a single one, but they're all muy caliente. They're beautiful. They're so tasty. So please head over to Gamer Subs and use promo code to check out and Dollaritas, depending on where you go, it's a whole different experience. Sometimes it's basically a margarita mix, right? No tequila in there. I have seen some dangerous interactions with Dollaritas. You should know Dollaritas. I think they're like, they're actually literally $1. Reminds me of $1. They're about $5 or something. They're very cheap margarita drink. Then you just get smashed on some locations. But once again, it varies. How loose is the bartender's wrist? During Neighborhood Appreciation Month, Applebee's is selling an assortment of margaritas for only $1, specifically to capture the demographic and emphasize their bar while upselling customers on their other food items. They were a massive success, despite being nothing more than a bunch of tequila with cheap margarita mix, heavily watered down with tap water. I'm telling you, I have seen the bartender's wrist loose, alright? And I tell you what, it makes a very rowdy neighborhood experience. Many employees dreaded the Dollarita craze as it brought all sorts of chaos to what were often understaffed locations. But despite some effort like the Dollaritas being a hit, they didn't keep the millennials around for too long. Steering them into fully giving up on this.
I guess I really can't kick it all that hard, or I'll fly off.
Which don't get me wrong, Applebee's would occasionally get there every once in a while, right?
Yeah, we got some money still going on right here.
Like one that began in 2021 after country artist Walker Hayes talked about Applebee's in a mega viral song called Fancy Life. Dare I say, it's the worst song ever me.
I'm gonna get a bourbon street steak and an Oreo shake, okay?
Well, for people that don't remember, this is the lyrics. Yeah, we think to like Applebee's on a date night, got that bourbon street steak, the Oreo shake, it's a whip cream on the hotel. This costs one check, girl, I got you. That was huge. The biggest song in every trailer park across America. In it, he's splurging on his low maintenance country girlfriend by taking her to Applebee's to get a dog shit meal and an Oreo shake. That's the essentially what this song is, alright? Those are the cowboy boots clicking in, walking, little spurs on it.
Hey, as a woman, that's good. An Oreo shake? That's wet.
Listen to your voice there. Oh my God, clear. Look at that Oreo shake from the girl blue one. Good fucking Lord.
When I take someone here on a date night, and then also like, let's get two straws and some with the other. No, I want that.
Say you told her you wanted to be that.
She would get pissed if she did. I want mine on. She'd be upset.
This song would blow up even more after Applebee's used it in an official advertisement, leading to people doing TikTok dances. The mini toured apart for sounding so purposely engineered to be used in a commercial, which is every country song of all time. That's a lot of them. My name is Sue Jones. Comments under the song are filled with Applebee's employees furious at Walker for being responsible for the song being played non-stop in their stores and being sang aloud by customers, which I already know there's some big old rules. There's some big old rules right there. At the Applebee's, shut up! You should sell it!
Applebee's had the one in my town had beer.
What?
Yeah, every Wednesday. One time I trolled with a guy that's very adamant of being like,
Troll table. There's a troll table? What is it?
Right here, fucking pain, right
What
here.
the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
when you don't cuts, you don't troll. You can go under the table. The guy was very like, even then you got it.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard that. Really? How do I know that he was like, you got a drink there, you got to pay me back?
Yes, sir. I'm a troll.
Nice big old thing, $9 yet. Today, Applebee's is sitting in It's a below-tier restaurant with microwave quality food.
Let's see that cheese pool. Isn't that that's lackluster.
People report getting intense food poisoning from their food with websites like iwaspoisoned.com, which is a great website. I think it's where were you food poisoned at? Mark it down. Included with harrowing tales of diarrhea and projectile vomit that we only assume happened at the Applebee's factory. Many have posted about their stories online, like one 18-year-old man who admits to shitting himself after drinking the exclusive Mountain Dew Dark Berry Bash drink at Applebee's. My God. The Mountain Dew Dark Berry Bash drink. Is that an alcohol drink? Is it like a slush or something? I don't know what it is here. Editor, put up a video of somebody drinking it on one of their radio channels. Badlands? He's the promotional picture? I love Badlands. Love Badlands. Hey, little Hunter's hidden storage corner. I was gonna do a mug root beer cartoon. You remember this? Was this before? Yeah, I was gonna have Badlands. He was gonna do it and everything. I just didn't capitalize. That was whenever the mug thing was big. Whatever. He was gonna list the bulldog. So he's like, give me that mug. It was gonna be great. I wonder if I have any of the audio clips because I think he sent me some lines. I think so. He's like, delicious. It was great. I fucking love his voice. It's so good. Chugging the water. Badlands, I love you. Before he could sit down on the toilet and fully pull down his pants, a loose fart led to him covering his pants in wet shit. Also, sorry, Badlands, you had me fall in love with that. How do we know also that? I mean, I would say that clientele going into an Applebee's, today's day and age Applebee's, has got to have some, not healthy. That's a nasty beverage. So to blame it on the Mountain Dew Dark Berry Punch Crisp, whatever it was called, seems a bit disingenuous. I think we shouldn't do just tap water. Do you think that they have filtered, or do you think it's just straight tap? Oh, it's just straight tap. Right? Which is great shit.
No.
Carissa Inget posted a video of it after the restaurant of choice was overpacked. They went to Applebee's to eat chicken tenders and mac and cheese. Wow. After 1 hour, she broke out into a cold sweat and began projectile vomiting. Then she proceeded to throw up 10 more times once every hour.
I do it every hour for the next 10 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty packed, so yeah, so you're gonna have to get chicken kidney, mac and cheese. Do you know the Joe Show? Applebee's CEO, the McDonald's guy. Down. The McDonald's guy? The McDonald's guy ranked on his mom?
Something like that.
Good. What was it called again? The Archburger? You like that? That big? That's a big bite for a big arch. When you think of an Applebee's regular, what do you think they look like?
Slightly overweight, a little thinning, here's some food. Cows.
Does he look up what tires he wears?
Jeans, button shirt, long sleeve.
A long sleeve button shirt?
That's like a work shirt.
Oh, okay. Is he going like
Got a wifey.
his wife or husband? So when you, in your mind, a man going to Applebee's is just a thinning, regular, I mean, it's not like a regular middle-aged man, but, yeah, but a female going to Applebee's is a fat woman with missing teeth.
That's big.
You said what you needed to say.
Yeah, and then it's her drink, it's not his.
You know what? I'm glad they're happy, despite the kind of disparaging actions. I think they're happy. Well, Applebee's markets itself as a welcoming family restaurant. Their past controversies are less than savory, to say the least. Perhaps one of their most innovative ideas turned out to be one of their biggest missteps. Around 2012, they introduced Applebee's, a limited time promotion held mostly through Florida and the South. Essentially, regular Applebee's restaurants would turn after 10 p.m. Why? At specified locations, the restaurant would turn down the lights, set up karaoke, and even bring in DJs to create a full-on club aesthetic. Once the party was bumping, they would roll out special drinks and appetizers to keep people going into late hours of the night. It turns out that Applebee's corporate didn't intend for their restaurant to become nightclubs, and instead just wanted to get more people into their Bees late night, so more people would stay past regular dinner spots. Bees late night?
The Bees late night.
Oh, Applebee's late night. Jesus Christ. But in the few locations where Applebee's operated, they saw massive boost in profits and their stock prices, so they let it continue even going so far as to set up full-on black parties. Some of the images show people women spraying whipped cream over their bodies and having it licked off by strangers. I mean, why does you come up with actually sound? I can't say. I think it was black myself. I don't know. That ain't blood. It's ketchup. It's sweet ranch. It's sweet ranch. It's fine. It comes right out. People unaware that this is Applebee's for a good drink with their buddy, only to walk in and see three women engaged in a twerk off in the middle of the restaurant. When they were sitting at a booth by a window, they looked down the parking lot to see more women twerking in front of their headlights while some of their toddlers were in the car. Former employees claimed it was miserable working during this time, though sometimes as little as 10 people would show up, making it a weirdly depressing experience. Applebee's, are you ready? I've got to black the fuck out! One worker said that at around 2 a.m., a family of 5 came in with 2 of their babies to witness a group of people hammered off Coronaritas, screaming into a karaoke mic. I'm going to say this. Who in their right mind is bringing their children at 2 a.m. to an Applebee's? While an old man was hitting on bartenders who was commandeering a big booth so they could grope each other in public. Fast forward. Before, Applebee's locations in Minnesota would be in the news for an E. coli outbreak that sickened over 15 people. They claimed that unfortunately named Oriental chicken salad was the cause of the outbreak that prompted it to be dead from all Minnesota locations. Oriental salad?
Oriental chicken salad.
Oriental chicken salad?
They call it orange chicken salad.
You could have just even called it like an Asian spring salad or something like that. You could have called it anything else. Oriental chicken salad. That's insane. How did that slip through? That's an offensive term.
I think it is Oriental.
According to reports, it was all the green cabbage in the salad that contained the E. coli, and that it was contaminated by the supplier and not by the chefs within the restaurant. Some of the goddamn Wuhan bat thing all over again, isn't it? It's not get Chinese bats. In 2022, Wayne Pankratz, Who's a pancreas? Wayne Pancrats. I like pancreas. Sorry, Wayne Pancrats. The executive director of operations considered an email claiming that higher gas prices and inflation was a good thing because most employees live paycheck to paycheck. He said this would force them to work more hours and give the company the opportunity to hire more people. This email was leaked and appalled both the staff and loyal customers. Multiple restaurants had employee boycotts, with some completely shutting the restaurant down. Others had managers of copies of the email plastering it all over the windows, doors, and tables for customers to see. Applebee's corporate issued a statement saying that this was not in line with their shared value of fired Wayne Pancrats. After, yes, line was abused. Yeah. All those greedy cocksuckers are just like, yeah, I mean, can we just make it microwavable? That's another thing too with the millennial thing, going back to millennials earlier. I feel like back in the day, not that bad. Maybe not always fresh. I think like almost all of it now is microwave. Like almost every item is microwave now. Most of it is all pretty square. That's all the possible.
No. I don't want no
Well, that's what I'm saying is I don't think that it's a certain demographic of appealing to people. I think it's just the food has just gotten progressively worse. Is it good?
Ew, you're farting all the time.
And also now I feel like there's a thing where DoorDash being more accessible. It's just a thing.
Farting all the time.
I don't know.
What's going on with your poo-poo? You're farting for
everything. Yeah, make us a little more concerned yourself by this. Yeah, you're allowed to we were test rats. By the way, yeah. Now we're just like, yeah, that's true. That's just it happens. It's going to be what happens every go around. That same year, Applebee's would air a commercial of people joyfully dancing and eating food right next to CNN coverage of the Ukraine war, which showed Kiev being bombed alongside the sound
Love
of
your
air
earbuds.
sirens.
Keep farting when it smells like shit.
The company had to pause all ads on CNN in the minute that the advertisement shouldn't have aired. But you know what? Actually, that was our bad. We're just going to CNN, give them the dancing. You're going to see all this stuff. The ones that eat this, they say, ooh, why are you sure? As one would expect, Applebee's, like any restaurant, also had its fair share of crazy lawsuits. In 2010, a man from New Jersey went to an Applebee's with his brother to enjoy a steak that he was food was served. The brothers decided to pray before eating, but as they bowed their heads, one of the brothers knocked the scalding hot skillet into his face and hit him on his lap, causing intense burns. Listen. When have you ever seen us as a heated skillet basically on fire coming towards the table and they do hot, they drop it on your table? That's, at that point, that's between you and the Lord. That's a sign from God. He's just like, you're not getting it. You're not getting that. I would become a Satanist right there. Here's what I would do. Why would God do that to me? What kind of judgment? What kind of all-knowing, powerful God? Men sued Applebee's, claiming the restaurant was responsible since the waitress didn't warn him the place was hot. The court immediately shut down his claim, saying that an utterly sizzling hot steak needed a warning because it was painfully obvious. The birds also never left any scars, demonstrating he wasn't hurt that bad. The motherfucker was just looking for a little. I tell you what, that little bitch that everyone saw that. Everyone's a piece now. I still think that they went possibly in the car out. Here you go. Well, exactly. All right. Go down like that hard to have the skillet flip. No, you pray if he gets there. Can I black out, really? I think you should. Thank you, God. Boy, why would you let this video be so bad? I'd like to just have conversations all day with the big man. Why not?
Yeah.
He is. That's why I look at the table like this.
No, you keep farting, go. No. You're farting, go.
I think that guy
Hey.
is deaf and he's mute. He's not going to sign anything. He can't talk to him. Good. It's hot. Everybody else is just looking like. Why would you let that happen? It hurts. At a different location in Michigan, a 15-month-old boy was served margarita mix containing alcohol after the
Tirana, hush.
Once it was served, the parents' child started acting weird and was taken to the hospital. After running some tests, the baby's blood alcohol level was over the adult legal drinking limit of 0.10%. For people that know, that's trash. The parents sued the restaurant seeking $25,000 for medical bills and emotional distress. That is a bitch crazy to me. I would have asked for it more. Are you kidding me? 0.10? It turns out that Applebee's is home to all sorts of wild stories. We've covered all sorts of stories involving people at restaurants finding insane things inside of their food. Applebee's is simply different. One party was enjoying their meal from Applebee's when out of nowhere a rat fell from the ceiling and landed directly on their table. Bathing in water glasses and cleaning itself as they all watched in order. I feel bad for the rat, honestly. They won't let me leave. Over an hour, a woman bit into a slider only to find a large metal pole was hiding inside. You got the Ranching Plank Burger. It's a bowl, come on. Eat it. Though their meal was calm, they were surprised to see that they began serving the skin sliders to other people right after without checking to make sure they were loose pieces. Also, how lucky are you to not bite into it and just break the goddamn jars and chip your teeth or something? Oh my god, fuck that. Like a beacon in the night, Applebee's draws in all walks of life, which has resulted in some insane crimes. In 2016, customers were enjoying their meals inside Applebee's when out of nowhere, a pop was heard, and people began coughing and choking inside the restaurant. After 20 people were evacuated and 5 were taken to the hospital as investigators tried to figure out what happened, it turns out one of the diners was carrying a large bottle of pepper spray in her purse when she accidentally began gassing out the entire restaurant. Initially, the woman fled in panic, but later returned and confessed to her crimes. She was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and agreed to pay $450 fine. Is that a crime? I guess just because she left, unless it was like an illegal canister or something.
It could just be like getting rid of people.
What would have to be smoking pepper spray? Because the clientele, like when it gets to the late night, price apps and half-price cocktails, like, need that.
Is there a pepper spray that's good for the spray on the food and spray at people? That would be kind of, who's using that for?
I think that's gotta be a fuel pepper spray can, so you can use it forever. I think they go bad though. See, what you should do today, I think you're right, though. You didn't have one where it's like, well, I didn't use it, so I always garnish my food. It's bad, you can throw away.
One of the coworkers at my work, she had pepper spray and all that. It was a little spicy.
I like almost all the stores where you like try to just like playfully flirt with the woman. It's like how, I don't know, that's when my testicles got cut off. I don't know what happened. He did. A little bit of my testicles got cut off. Over Wisconsin, a man brought something into the restaurant that was so dangerous it could have leveled the entire building. Damn. Orange brought his bike into a local Applebee's and began yelling slurs and cursing at children. When a cook told him to leave, Matthew heaved his bike over the counter and struck the chef before running out of the building. The manager locked all the doors and called the police to alert them what just happened. Matthew didn't make it far. He was drunk, carrying his bicycle when police spotted him and found a quarter stick of dynamite inside of his bag. But after his arrest, police reported that correcting police investigators also discovered he was responsible for throwing a rock at a grocery store window prior. He was just begging to get stopped. Today, Applebee's is still going strong. Though a sizable amount of them have closed down in recent years, it's likely never going to be held in high regard again. I mean, I don't think it really ever was, but it remains a staple for people who want to food at a spot they find comfortable and familiar. Which I will say, it's just the fucking worst out of all of them. Even Chili's is like, there's sit-down restaurants where you're like, this is garbage food, but it's convenient and it's like a big open space. I mean, I don't know, it's like close to me, right? I don't know. I mean, last time we ranked it, I mean, it was the worst. I think we gotta go back and see how it is again. It's forgivable. I don't think it was moved at all on it. My burger is good. I'll say it comes with a 9 in a row, or it was our third one. So, you know, all in all, I would not willingly be like, oh, that one was up stop. That really would happen. But you remember, I wouldn't do that with any of them, really, if I'm being completely honest. We almost died. I'm legitimately still shaking up about that, so I don't really care. I'm just so happy to be alive right now. I think that's probably what made the quesadilla taste better, too. I was alive.
The shake came out the same way it came in.
Oh, well, let me know. Yeah, I'm butchering courage, okay. And a free $3. Didn't make my money back. And $2 $3 Good call.
until the April 30th. But after that, we'll be gone for good.
Welcome back to Papa Meat Channel. How you doing? How you doing? Good.
Kilala.
Remember when Rachel Zegler was Hollywood's Golden Girl, Spielberg's Discovery?
Okay, guys, we have a Woodside guy in the blue gloves, and then we have the skinny guy in the red gloves. Skinny guy looks much skinnier, but guys, look by each other. So Woodside guy, okay, yeah, he's got the high guard. Okay, skinny guy has a little bit of like a coming through the shell. You see that? Oh, okay, like a chain punch from, oh, nice, this is both by Woodside guy. Okay, yeah, look at how you guys fighting now, right? Yeah, you got understand range of a Superman flash.
Hey, shut up. Holy cannoli, shut your mouth.
Megamind. You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero. He's playing boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Evil never dies. It merely goes dormant, waiting for a villain to arise and spread its name to the darkest corners of the earth. Like a man so evil, he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes balloon animals for kids and then slaps them in their face. What a despicable man! The world would tremble at his name. Gru. Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or like doctorate or, you know, Polonius Gru, son of the supervillain known as the Bald Terror. Oh man, he's so dead. Even as a small child, Gru had big aspirations. He could make rocket bikes, cheese rings, and this. His arsenal grew even more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr. Nefario. See, now that's a supervillain name. Come on, man. With Nefario's help, Gru's gadgets grew gadgets. Flamethrowers, sticky fingers, fantastic entertainment for 2-year-olds, and a fully weaponized airship. Though I must question this thing's aerodynamics. It's loaded up with wing-mounted machine guns, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere, and a whole lot of missiles. Despite the impressive firepower, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot. With his best new combined and a little teaching from the school of building, Gru started making strides in the underworld of evil. He swiped the crown jewels when he was only a kid. New York City Jumbotron just for fun. And even stole both the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty from Las Vegas. Yeah, Gru was bad, but he wasn't good at being bad. A lot of his schemes kind of blew up in his face. The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Oh yeah, my back hurts from carrying all the witness. Regardless, while Gru may not have been the infamous villain he hoped, he did earn the loyalty of a few guys. Guys? Yeah, guys. Like little guys. There's Kevin, Bob, Stuart, Otto, Billy, Larry, John, Lee, and Chad. Oh, the Minions! And that's not just their role, it's the actual name of their species. Right. The Minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago. And they all follow on instinct to serve the biggest, baddest, most despicable villain they can find. T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever evil they can lay their grubby little eyes on. Or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much. The amount of times minions have accidentally caused the death of their own boss. Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England? Well, what about it? Nothing. The minions witnessed Gru's villainy firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they followed. It worked out like PB&J, because like Gru, these guys do machines.
The Minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic. Building Gru's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison outfits, fans, computers, and toilets. Isle Cedars are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly invulnerable, having been smashed flat, set on fire, and exploded by missiles even inside their own mouths. But also, they're possibly immortal? Kevin here has been around since the dawn of their species, which means Kevin is 300 years old.
And their numbers keep increasing. Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
Real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah. There's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a box, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course. But these guys love TikTok.
And it's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Bruce still couldn't cut it as a supervillain. Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good, but not before taking a chance at his ultimate.
Down the moon.
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a new, even more despicable weapon.
Children. Specifically adopting 3 girls. That would work. Brand of the century, here we go.
How tragic that through all the dance recitals and unicorns, Gru discovered the joys of fatherhood.
Oh, story of my life. Anyway, now with the villain and his bedtime stories.
But even though he turned a new leaf for his daughters, Gru wasn't done commanding his minion army. Now he'd just do it as not a villain, by joining the anti-villain league.
The ABL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines and high-tech cars, and some great date nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
My minion underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than before. The Mega Minions.
10 stretches. Dave got super strength. Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs. He's my favorite. And Mills' new laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side in less than a second.
Calculating its speed across the 5% the speed of light.
So, Bruce True Calling wasn't being a villain at all. He's an anti-villain. And he's good at it, too. This guy can go
Kilala!
and casually punch out a shark in one shot. All because he's in
Kilala!
full death mode.
But the most incredible element here is using this. For billions of years, humans have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
They still see greatness in him even now. After all, Polonius Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Okay, Megamind should be up next, but there is a chance that it got totally nuked by DreamWorks since they hit our preview last week.
Don't worry, we have a plan. You can watch the complete Gru vs. Mega Man episode on deathbell.gg. That's our website. It's linked below. It has every episode of Death Battle uncut, unfiltered, uncensored. Even the weird ones.
It's kind of like our own private Patreon with memberships that support And for this week, you can get a membership for a month for free by using the code PRESENTATION. Okay, that's important.
Being a member gets all sorts of extra goodies and behind-the-scenes stuff, but the important thing is, you'll be able to watch the unaltered Gru vs. Megamind episode for free.
So head to deathbattle.gg right now and use code PRESENTATION for a free membership. Okay, remember.
What happens when the villain wins? On a grim, dark day, the citizens of Metro City learn the horrifying answer to that question. When their hero, their Metro Man, was lost forever. Bested by the fearsome destined for greatness, Megamind.
Raggle's name is gonna be dead on the nose. You better match that up. The feud goes way back to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up on the
What kind of city government will make the kid stay in jail? And wasn't as bad as you were. He was a perfect fit for the monstrosity prison for the criminally gifted. Metro City. But while everyone outside bars loved that new kid who could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents. So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain? So kind of like you, Megamind is a genius inventor, creating weapons, prison breaks before he can even talk. Don't sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavellian in the ways of wrongdoing, he got to work on his crime-starting career, facing off with his rival over and over again. And Megamind's got everything he needs: an invisible car for getaways, he can find the thing, a hover bike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask, lasers, bombs, bubble guns, baseball guns, jet boots, and more galore. But his favorite is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects, such as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, blocking, de-gravity thing. I wouldn't expect a guy calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas, Wiz. He probably based the entire thing around his favorite setting, dehydration. People and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water. He did keep the whole mind thing running with his the brain box. These mini-mechs follow Megamind's every command. They're the most incredible drone shows you've ever seen in your life. Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000 brain bots. No, ironically, I wouldn't call his brain bots, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's proper minion. Minion serves many roles for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet. The best best friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or the children, shield your eyes! He did it! Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule. And he had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point? Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight. And apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into Metro Man 2.0. Tight. Megamind even trained him himself, using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! With all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When Titan turned tyrant, but trust he needed yet another superhero to save it. Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers. Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate. Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's paint explosion, dodged an electric blast. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his mech armor. A suit was designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be like sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy. And with quick thinking and some hinge help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well. The bad guy always loses. So the city decided to just forgive Megamind terror and destruction and call him their superhero. I guess they didn't really have any better options. Hey, Megamind took his new role as the city's hero seriously. He even built a suit that mimicked his strength, light, and X-ray vision. Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. It is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars. And while the death ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots. And Minion was all for it. Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing. What? You mean the yellow guys? No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meat